Have you ever wondered what secrets lurk behind the smiles of a seemingly perfect couple? What if I told you that in the quiet community of Silver Lakes, California, a story unfolded that would shock even the most seasoned crime enthusiasts? Sabrina and Robert Limon, a couple known for their vibrant social life and wolf pack parties, found themselves at the center of a chilling murder case. It's a tale that involves a love triangle, betrayal, and a deadly conspiracy. But how did a firefighter named Jonathan Hearn become entangled in their lives, and what led to the tragic end of Robert Limon? In 2014, the facade of the Limons' happy marriage crumbled when Robert was found shot dead. The investigation revealed a web of deceit spun by Sabrina and her lover, leading to a conviction that shocked their community. But what really happened on that fateful day? And how did a message from the Bible play a role in this unholy matrimony? Stay tuned as we delve into the murder case of Sabrina and Robert Limon, where not everything is as holy as it seems. In the heart of Silver Lakes, a community where the sunsets painted the sky in hues of gold, and the evenings were filled with laughter and the clinking of glasses, lived Sabrina and Robert Limon. Their life was the epitome of suburban bliss, or so it seemed to the outside world. But beneath the surface, there was a current of discontent that ran as deep as the roots of the old oak trees lining their street. Robert, a hardworking railway employee, and Sabrina, a stay-at-home mom, were high school sweethearts who had built a life that many envied. They were the life of every party, and their home was the hub of neighborhood gatherings. Yet the sparkle in Sabrina's eyes had dimmed over the years, and in its place, a shadow of yearning had taken root. Entered Jonathan Hearn, a young firefighter with a sharp mind and a charm that could disarm the most guarded of hearts. He met Sabrina at a community event, and the two quickly found themselves entwined in a passionate affair. It was a secret romance that burned with an intensity that neither had experienced before. As their affair deepened, so did their desperation to be together. They began to weave a dangerous tapestry of lies and deceit. Text messages exchanged under the veil of night spoke of undying love and the desire to start a new life together. But there was one obstacle in their path to happiness. The plot they hatched was as cold as it was calculated. On August 17, 2014, Robert's life was brutally cut short. He was found in a pool of blood at his workplace, a victim of multiple gunshot wounds. The news sent shockwaves through Silver Lakes, and the Limon household, once filled with joy, was now shrouded in mourning. The investigation into Robert's murder was a slow burn, with detectives sifting through clues and piecing together the puzzle. It wasn't long before the facade of the grieving widow began to crumble, revealing the sinister truth behind Sabrina's tears. Evidence mounted against Sabrina and Jonathan, with wiretap conversations, incriminating text messages, and the testimony of friends painting a picture of betrayal. It was a story that seemed ripped from the pages of a crime novel, with love letters laced with biblical references and talk of divine forgiveness for their impending sin. The trial was a spectacle that captured the attention of the nation. Sabrina and Jonathan were convicted of first-degree murder, sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The verdict was a somber conclusion to a saga that had captivated the public's imagination. As the gavel fell, and Sabrina and Jonathan were led away in handcuffs, the community of Silver Lakes was left to grapple with the reality that the monsters they fear often wear familiar faces. The murder case of Sabrina and Robert Limon serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the most dangerous lies are the ones we tell ourselves. The story of Sabrina and Robert Limon is a cautionary tale that unravels the complexities of human emotions and the dark paths they can lead us down. As the community of Silver Lakes tried to heal, the question on everyone's mind was, how could this happen here? Sabrina, once the dating wife and mother, had allowed her heart to stray into forbidden territory. Her affair with Jonathan Hearn was not just a betrayal of her marriage vows, but a descent into a moral abyss from which there would be no return. The two lovers, blinded by their illicit passion, had crafted a narrative where they were the protagonists of a love story destined to overcome all obstacles, even if it meant taking a life. The trial revealed the depth of their deception. Prosecutors painted a picture of a premeditated murder, with Sabrina and Jonathan exchanging thousands of messages, some of which chillingly detailed their plot to kill Robert. The jury heard recordings of their conversations, where they coldly discussed the logistics of their plan, betraying no emotion for the life they were about to extinguish. As the evidence stacked up, the defense's attempts to portray Sabrina as a manipulated victim fell flat. The jury saw through the facade, recognizing her as a willing participant in the gruesome crime. The verdict was a foregone conclusion, and as it was delivered, a somber silence fell over the courtroom. In the aftermath, the Limon children were left to navigate a world without their father, and with the knowledge that their mother was responsible for his death. The community rallied around them, providing support and love in an attempt to fill the void left by the tragedy. The murder case of Sabrina and Robert Limon is more than just a story of crime and punishment. It is a reflection of the darkest parts of human nature. It serves as a stark reminder that behind the facade of normalcy can lie a web of lies and deceit capable of destroying lives. As the sun sets on Silver Lakes, the echoes of this case will linger, a haunting reminder that sometimes the most dangerous threats come not from strangers, but from those we hold closest. The courtroom was hushed as the judge pronounced the sentences. Sabrina and Jonathan stood side by side, their eyes devoid of remorse. The weight of their actions hung heavily in the air, a palpable darkness that seemed to seep into the very walls. But what drove Sabrina to betray her husband? Was it the allure of forbidden love, the thrill of secrecy, or was there something deeper, a festering discontent that had taken root long before Jonathan entered the picture? Let's rewind to the beginning, to a time when Sabrina and Robert were the golden couple of Silver Lakes. Their love story was the stuff of fairy tales. High school sweethearts who had weathered storms together, their bond unbreakable. But as the years passed, cracks appeared. Robert's long hours at work, Sabrina's unfulfilled dreams. Each brick in the wall of their marriage seemed to widen the gap between them. And then came Jonathan, the firefighter with eyes like smoldering embers. He was everything Robert wasn't: reckless, passionate, and dangerously charming. Sabrina found herself drawn to him like a moth to flame. Their stolen moments were intoxicating, a heady mix of desire and guilt. But as their affair intensified, so did the stakes. Jonathan, too, had his demons. A troubled past, a failed marriage. He saw in Sabrina a chance at redemption. She was his lifeline, the promise of a future untethered from mistakes. And so, they wove a web of deceit, their love letters hidden in plain sight. Bible verses became their code, passages that spoke of forgiveness and salvation. But there was no redemption in their hearts, only desperation. The day of the murder arrived, a sweltering August afternoon that would forever alter the course of their lives. Sabrina lured Robert to a remote spot, her heart racing as she whispered sweet lies. Jonathan lay in wait, the gun heavy in his hand. When the shots rang out, the echoes seemed to reverberate through time itself. As Robert crumpled to the ground, Sabrina's tears flowed freely. But were they tears of grief or relief? The investigators would later find her phone, a treasure trove of incriminating messages. Jonathan's texts were chillingly matter-of-fact, as if he were discussing the weather. Sabrina's replies were equally damning, a wife conspiring to kill her husband. The trial was a spectacle, the community torn between shock and morbid fascination. Sabrina's defense team painted her as a victim, a woman ensnared by a charismatic lover, but the jury saw through the smoke and mirrors. They saw a woman who had chosen passion over loyalty, betrayal over love. And so Sabrina and Jonathan were sentenced to life behind bars. The courtroom emptied, leaving behind a void that no verdict could fill. Silver Lakes would never be the same, their idyllic streets forever haunted by whispers of the murder case of Sabrina and Robert Limon. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the courthouse, one question lingered: what drives ordinary people to commit extraordinary crimes? Perhaps it's the allure of forbidden love, the intoxicating pull of darkness. Or perhaps, deep down, we're all capable of crossing that line, of choosing passion over reason, betrayal over loyalty. The story of Sabrina and Robert Limon serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the deadliest secrets lie hidden in plain sight.